Our course is called The Language of Now, and it's a linguistics course. And many people that I've talked to through the years, they either hate linguistics or they love linguistics. And we were hoping to make this course one of those lovable linguistics courses.
We like to use an inductive approach. That is, instead of telling students, this is how language is, and these are the rules of language, we like to give them some examples, try to show them some different instances of language being used, and then let the students themselves figure out what the rule is. So we like to, instead of just starting with the punchline, we like to give little pieces of information bit by bit, so the students can then construct their own understanding of how language works.
And many students that come into our class, they have certain ideas of what is good and bad grammar, and we introduce them to the linguistics perspective of the study of language. So our approach to teaching language has a lot to do with describing the type of language that's out there already.
We're very into discovery exercises where the students themselves do the work with the raw data to figure out how language works.
We introduce a complete wide plethora of resources and information and things that by themselves wouldn't be very meaningful, but in the context of studying language or other kind of social phenomena can be very useful for folks to find resources in the future to analyze other types of themes or topics or data.
And really get to go into further depth on the various topics that we've covered. Typically in our face-to-face class, we'll discuss some broad issues as it relates to the English language, what is correct English, or how does social class relate to the language that we use every day. And then we ask the students to go into their online session to really be able to look at real data, often their own data from their own language use, and not necessarily to come to any concrete conclusion, but really to raise questions, to grapple with some of the issues that we are talking about.
Sometimes showing a video during a face-to-face class can be effective. And typically if the video is under 5 minutes and you're really trying to give something that the students can sink their teeth in and talk about, that's a great idea. But many times videos are best to be viewed at home.
One of the modules that we have the students work through involves looking at 2 different videos from YouTube. One of the videos, it's a Weird Al Yankovic. He's doing a parody video of Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines, and the video is called Word Crimes.
Everybody shut up.
So we have the students watch that video. As they're watching the video, we have them consider some different questions.
We want students to be engaged, and we want them to be engaged at home when they're doing the online modules, and we want them to come to the class excited about the materials. And we found that if you can engage and motivate them, it creates a lot of good dialogue and a lot of spontaneous comments in class and in the discussion boards.
Dr. Shopek and I, as we respond to the students' assignments, and as the students talk to each other on discussion boards, new questions are raised that we can then use to fuel the following face-to-face session. We want them to realize that there's actually a lot going on in just the minor choices that we make linguistically, whether we say y'all or you guys, that reflect a part of our identity.
So I guess our hope in this class is to introduce and to guide students into seeking out reliable information and finding or developing techniques to interpret this data.
I am hoping that the students come in and knowing that they're going to come in with some certain preconceived notions about how language works and how we use language.
It'd be foolish to think that that's all they need to know. That's not all anybody needs to know about language or the study of language or dialects or different writing styles.
We want them to have, in a way, a paradigm shift where they have formally conceptualized the world or language as one way, and when they leave the course, all of a sudden they realize that some of the things that they initially thought about how language works or what certain dialects are or are not, we want them to reevaluate those preconceived notions that they come into the class with. We hope throughout the semester that they have various aha moments where they realize that perhaps there's more to language than initially meets the eye.